Commissioners, please turn your mics on. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I would like to ask Karina Kiefer to take roll call.
When I call your name, please say here or present. Chair Nash.
Here.
Vice Chair Laufenberg.
Here.
Commissioner Alpert.
Here.
Commissioner Emanuel.
Here.
Commissioner Globke.
Here.
Commissioner Goodnight. Absent. Commissioner Matus.
Here.
Commissioner McCune.
Here.
Commissioner McCurry.
Here.
Commissioner Schlosser.
Here.
Commissioner Shea.
Present.
Commissioner Tovey. Absent. Commissioner Zhu.
Here.
Adult Commissioner Petrus. Absent. Adult Commissioner Martinez.
Here.
Thank you.
At this time, I would like to ask Commissioner Matus to introduce item number 4, the public comment section of our meeting.
Thank you. This is the time in our meeting when we invite members of the public to state their concerns about youth-related issues in our city or to present items for commission consideration. Are there any members of the public who would like to speak at this time? Would Eddie Nash and Ryan Chu please come up?
Good evening. My name is Eddie Nash, and this is Ryan Chu. Tonight, we would like to bring your focus to the importance of high school involvement and our cultivation as participants of our community. We are representatives of the FBLA club at Westlake High School, and we collectively agree that belonging to a club is a crucial aspect of academic success. The mission of FBLA is to bring business and education together in a positive working relationship through innovative leadership and career development programs. Our chapter has multiple volunteer opportunities going on, including a tour at the City Hall to promote municipal awareness and a group of students to teach at many mansions and help with their schooling.
Hi, my name is Ryan Chu, and I'm a member of FBLA at Westlake High School. This weekend, our members will be attending section conference to compete in subjective tests and performance events. In the past, Westlake has excelled at these events, sending many students to state conference. FBLA has given me many qualities that have impacted my life, such as the ability to network with others and methods to conduct professional. Thank you all.
Thank you for coming out tonight and speaking to us. Our next item on the agenda, item number 5, is our guest speaker. Will Commissioner McCurry please introduce this portion of our meeting?
Sergeant Marta Bugarin is a 20-year veteran of the Ventura County Sheriff's Office and has worked various assignments throughout her career, including custody patrol. She's been a field training officer, a recruit training officer, and a detective. She is currently assigned to the Intelligence-Led Policing Unit in Thousand Oaks and oversees the school resources officers assigned to the Conejo Valley Unified School District. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. It's a pleasure to be here. My name's Marta. I've been on 20 years, as she said, and I supervise the school resource officer, so I have a little bit of insight that I think could be helpful to pass on, and hot topics, if you may, to discuss that I think might be helpful. So I know I only have limited time with the group, so I'm going to try and pack a punch in as little time as I have with you guys. So let's get started here. So the 2 topics I chose is vaping and social media. So teens and vaping, the fastest growing health crisis in America. I'm told that this group knows a little bit something about that and actually proposed something to the city council. So this isn't something that's specific to just Thousand Oaks. It's a national problem. It truly is a crisis in society, in our country. And the FDA is actually trying to take action to correct it. It's going to be tough just because it's so out of control in terms of the problem, the epidemic, and the crisis. So recently, the commissioner said that e-cigarette use among teens was a dangerous epidemic, And now there's a plan in place. The FDA is proactive, and they're actively trying to take steps to try to curb it. So now we got ourselves into the situation. What can we do to get ourselves out of it? And I posted some statistics there that I thought was incredibly concerning. I think really drives home the point of really where we are at this point in society, specifically among your age group, and why it's so concerning. So if you look at that first one there, it says more than 1.3 million high school students started vaping nicotine in 2018. That's a huge number, and that's basically just adding to the number that was already there. So that's just a jump from 2017 to 2018. Huge jump, which is concerning. And among 10th graders and 12th graders, the count and the number there has doubled. So if you take a look at that last statistic, it says teens who vape are 5 times more likely to become cigarette smokers. And so it's ironic that e-cigarettes were created, in essence, to get people off of smoking, right? Let's try to help that addiction, because it does have such a grasp on people that are addicted to nicotine. It is incredibly addicting. And I don't think there was any foresight, or it wasn't foreseeable that it would really evolve into what it is today, especially with your age group. Now, the problems that we're trying to foresee and fixing that. So we're trying to be as active as possible. But as you all know, we are kind of limited from a law enforcement perspective. Unfortunately, it isn't something that we are not aware of. It's something that we're absolutely aware of, especially working the assignment I work. My school resource officers deal with this all the time, as you can imagine, with administrators. So they're equally frustrated. And I think society as a whole is really trying to combat it as efficiently as possible, but it's going to take some time. But we're working on it, and we're definitely aware of it. And so vape pens, e-cigarettes, they all basically work the same. And so they have the juice cartridge, right? You can fill it with whatever it is you want. You can do non-flavored, flavored juices, as they call it, nicotine, no nicotine, and marijuana as well. So, I bring that up because you can fill it with whatever you choose, but most kids, they don't realize they're actually taking in nicotine, right? They think, oh, what's the big deal? It's just a juice. The truth is, in the studies that are out there, the vast majority of kids are taking this in without realizing there's actually nicotine in that juice they're loading it with. So that's concerning. But let's take that issue away. Let's say you are just smoking just the juice, right? It's just the juice, mom or dad. It's not a big deal, right? It's just flavored juice. Well, there's toxins in that. There's chemicals. There's things that are heating up in there that cause it to be, toxic in terms of what the chemicals it's mixing with, how the vape pen actually works. It actually heats up, right? Heats up the juice. So you have those chemicals in there that are counteracting with what's in the juice that's toxic. So it might be factually correct that it's less toxic, but less toxic doesn't mean it's good for us, right? It's still toxic. It's still harmful chemicals in our body that we want to try to avoid. And so this one I throw up there for parents. I think it's kind of been allowed to become, not allowed, but an unknown epidemic, especially among parents, because a lot of parents don't know that this is going on, and they're not aware that their kids, their son or daughter, are actually doing it. And kids are very savvy. You guys are really smart. You figure out ways to hide stuff and kind of come up with a story with parents as to what it is. And parents don't know. A lot of parents aren't educated about it because they're not exposed to it. Truth be told, I wasn't exposed to a lot of this before my current position, so it's been hugely eye-opening for me. So one of the things from my position is we tell parents is try to educate yourself as much as possible. Vaping is such a problem, and it's really easy to get information. Go on Google. What is a vape pen? What is an e-cigarette? You can YouTube. What are my kids doing? YouTube. How are kids vaping? What are they vaping? So information is there. Parents just have to know that it's actually easily accessible to get that information and be in tune to what's going on with your culture. And so on the left is basically, I put that up just to kind of give a general idea of the variation of pods that are out there. So they can look like cartridges. They can look just like pens. The very popular one right now, unfortunately, among your age group is on the right, and the Juul pods. And so if you take a look at what that says up there, so one of those Juul pods, which teenagers love to use, it's got one pod of that jewel is worth 20 cigarettes worth of nicotine. And so I can imagine most kids probably aren't aware of that. So that's incredibly concerning. And so what's happening now with the epidemic we're facing among your age group is essentially we're setting up for the next generation of addicts, right? So we have a product that was created to get smokers off of cigarettes has basically had the opposite effect, especially with people in your age group. We're actually creating the next generation of addiction. And so that's something we as law enforcement, we're trying to be as creative as we can to try to be helpful and counteract that. But for now, it's something we're very aware of and we're working on. So let's move on to the next topic. This topic I want to talk about as far as social media. Social media is so broad. I don't have the time to focus on that tonight. So I'm going to be very specific, but I thought it was important enough to pass the information on. It's an opportunity I didn't want to miss when it comes to this. So sexting in particular, and I want to talk about a continual issue that comes up in our unit, and it's incredibly concerning to see. And so I want to pass on the information so that people are aware it's happening and hopefully prevent it from happening in the future. One of the things I want your age group to understand or kind of consider is that everything you send out with social media, you have to assume it's permanent. And so I know a lot of the Snapchats are out there, and you guys are on Twitter and on Instagram and all those type of social media platforms, and people are assuming I'm sending this, message to my loved one and it's going to be private. And the fact is, a lot of time it is not. And so what we're seeing is with sexting, it ends up in chat rooms. And so you have a situation where girls are sending photos to their boyfriends or, people they're dating, and they assume that's where it ends. That it's not going to be seen by anybody else. And the fact is, it is showing up in different groups. So those are being shared. And I think that's so important because most people that we contact to let them know, hey, your photos showed up in this chat room that's viewed by multiple groups, they have no idea. I mean, they're really taken aback by it. They did not expect that ever to come their way. So I really wanted to focus on that. Anything you send, you really have to assume it's permanent because most of the time it really is. And if you're sending it out to anyone, you have to assume you're okay with everyone seeing it because that actually might happen. So I really wanted to stress that point. When you send a photo to somebody, that photo is going to end up most likely in someone's chat room without you knowing about it. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over state laws, but we do have penal code sections that are enforceable when it comes specifically to sexting. And it is something we see quite a bit in my position. So there's a few penal code sections in there that even sending sexually explicit photographs to a juvenile, you sending that is also a crime. That person possessing it is a crime. There's other sections like extortion there where people are using those photographs to send to that person and say, send me more photos, send me money, what have you. And so that's a crime as well. Revenge pornography. So you end up in a situation where you sent somebody a photo that you trusted, obviously, and then now they're getting back at you because things haven't been so well. Things, they break up, and now they're sending those photos out to other people. And so that's also a crime that we deal with, investigations we're dealing with in our unit right now. So I didn't want to pass the opportunity to really stress the importance of knowing that's happening. These things are getting sent out there. They are being public, even when you thought they weren't. So that's that. And so basically, just to wrap it up, the consequences when it comes to sexting. I know it's hard to think big picture when you're your age. I understand that. That's not lost on us. But some of the things to really consider, is, hey, there might be criminal ramifications of this. We do make arrests when needed in these situations. Administrative ramifications with your schools, right? No one wants to get in trouble with school, suspensions, that sort of thing. The embarrassment factor, that's not okay, right? Your private photos are being shared with everybody to see. And again, I really want to end with stressing the fact that everything you send on social media, you have to assume it's permanent. And all of you are going to go on to try and get jobs later in the future, right? it's as you grow up, you don't know what's going to happen to those photographs. So really be mindful of things that could possibly happen down the road, as best as possible when you do those type of things. So with that, I will wrap up my vaping and social media presentation. Thank you so much for letting me be here today. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you mind if we ask a few questions?
Not at all.
Of course. Ivy.
How can we as students help others and e-cigarette use?
Help others that are doing e-cigarette use. I think the e-cigarette use is not about really wanting to smoke. I think in your culture, your age group, it's really a form of power or status, more so. And I think it's to impress others, right? All that is so important at your age group. Really, what I would do is if I saw my friend doing that, I would basically just have the conversation with him or her. Are you aware that this is what you're doing in your body? Are you aware that it's harmful? Why are you doing this? I know that's kind of an awkward conversation to have at your age group. That's truly what I would do. Education. It's not going to work with everybody, right? We got to be realistic. But having that conversation, I think, is vitally important to help curb that and helping them.
Commissioner Zhu.
What can high school students do to make the other high school students aware of the dangers of sexting and the misuse of social media?
I think the same thing. I think, one of the reasons I really wanted to include that part in this PowerPoint is because I want to get the conversation going. And I know this group truly understands the power of conversation, right? You understand that raising a topic really goes a long way. And a lot of times what happens is people just aren't aware, right? People might not even be aware this stuff is happening. So just bringing up that topic, having that open dialogue about it is so powerful. So just having open dialogue about sharing the information that it's happening and just letting people know if they are doing it, just consider this, right? There might be potential consequences.
Commissioner Matus.
How long have you served in law enforcement?
20 years. This year, 20 years.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Commissioner Klubke.
So I know the district has policies like anti-vaping policies in place that can result in suspensions and stuff like that for the students. But I also know that the city doesn't really have anything like that in place for law enforcement. Mm-hmm. Do you think our encouraging the city to adopt such a policy would kind of help the problem?
I think that would be hugely important. I really do. Because we think there should be an ordinance, right? But we also in law enforcement have a certain perspective, right? And so if they hear that message being sent from students themselves, I think that truly is even more powerful than hearing it from us. I mean, I really do. So I think you as a commission, as a board, your voice is probably more or equally powerful than my voice on this issue, truly. I mean, it truly is. I would speak volumes with those that are in charge of those type of decisions. Yeah.
One more from me, sorry. How much do you think the vaping epidemic is to blame to the companies like Juul or different vaping companies?
How is the epidemic to blame?
As in, what responsibility do they have, with the flavored?
So I'm actually glad you raised that point. So Juul currently has they own pretty much about 71% of the market in terms of e-cigarettes and vaping, right? And so they're grossing in the billions of dollars. So one of the things the FDA is coming down on them on is you guys are actively, blatantly trying to recruit kids. I mean, there's basically no way you're not without doing the flavors that you're doing. So you have to remember they're not in the business of caring about your health. I'm speaking personally here, but I'm also deducing based on the totality of everything. Of course they're going after the youth. Of course they're trying to, do what they can to push their product on your age group because you're easy, you're vulnerable, you don't know, you don't have the perspective that adults have. So I think it's very purposeful And I do feel like they're hugely to blame for the epidemic that's occurring now. They're focused on money, not health, not well-being.
Thank you so much for coming to speak to us tonight.
Yeah, thank you. It was
really
a pleasure.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Item number 6 on the agenda is project reports. The Youth Commission undertakes a number of projects during the year. I will introduce the following commissioners who oversee the coordination of these projects and ask them to present summaries and provide any updates. First, we have item 6A, which is therapeutic dance, led by Commissioner Macchione.
Hi, my name is Shayla McKeown, and I'm the co-chair of the therapeutic dance this year with Commissioner Shu. The therapeutic dance is a prom-like experience for teens in the community with special needs. This year, the therapeutic dance will be held on March 30th. The theme is A Night by the Campfire. Performers will include DJ Slick and Jake Clark, and we can't wait to see you there.
Thank you. Next is item B, which is youth implementation. So we are working towards 2 events. Now on May 10th, we have a art trek night for teens who would like to participate. It's a fun night for everyone to get involved and come out and make some art. It's a cool place to hang out in a really cool venue, Art Trek in Newbury Park. And then the second thing is we are doing an environmental Earth Day, Arbor Day project. We are making a bottle cap sculpture and a sign that's going to say #TO_strong. So we are collecting bottle caps for this. So if you would love to at home collect bottle caps for our project and bring them to any of our meetings, we would love that. Thank you. Next, we have Youth Recognition Awards with Ivy, Commissioner Schlosser.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ivy Slosher, and this year I'm the chair of the Youth Recognition Awards. The awards this year will be happening on May 23rd here at the Civic Arts Plaza. The applications are now out, and you can find them at www.toaks.org/youth. The applications close on February 28th, so very soon. And these awards are such an amazing event and so humbling to host, but we do need a lot of applicants in order to make it work. So if you are an agency, school, or nonprofit and you have a team that goes above and beyond, please consider nominating. Thank you.
Thank you. We now have item number 6D, City Internship Program with Commissioner Glupke.
Okay, so on January 9th, we conducted our first partner meeting at the Thousand Oaks Library, where we discussed a range of topics, including a final list of businesses to approach, as well as ways to promote the upcoming internship fair on March 12th at the TO Library Common Room. Students are also now able to receive more information about City at their College and Career Center. Remember, Friday is the last day for businesses to apply for City, so make sure to apply by then online at toaks.org/city. If you have any questions, you can email us at youthcommission@toaks.org or call us at 805-381-7362. You can also visit us online at toaks.org/city. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. I will now turn the meeting over to Vice Chair Laufenberg.
Hello, everyone. Item 7 is school and liaison reports. In addition to being an advisory board to City Council, the Youth Commission also appoints commissioners to act as liaisons to various youth organizations. Item 7A is the Teen Center Advisory Council. Will Teen Center Liaison Commissioner Alpert and also Commissioner Shu please introduce this portion of the meeting?
Skate Night. 20 teams participated in this contest. Free skating, open mini ramp, and free food. Prizes were donated by ValSurf. Our trip to Mountain High sold out. The mountain had arguably the best possible conditions, and everyone shredded the gnar so hard that they were going again on February 15th. You can sign up on ThousandOaksTeenCenter.com right now. Los Ritos held their school dance at the Teen Center with 350 kids in attendance. Our parent teen pool tournament had 7 teams competing for glory, and the winning match was won by an incredible 8-ball snap, the 8-ball going in on the break. Winter Jam Fest featured some of our local high schools bands performing. 175 teens attended.
Some of our upcoming programs include Our 7th and 8th grade Valentine's Day dance is this Saturday, the 9th, from 7 to 10 p.m. Activities include music by the legendary DJ Slick, t-shirt giveaways, a dance contest, free logo buttons, a piñata, and lots more. Admission is just $10 at the door. Our Spring Boys High School Basketball League kicks off with player evaluations on Saturday, February 9th, and the 16th, with the league starting on Saturday, February 23rd. If you're interested, please contact Dan Nelbodian at the Teen Center. As a reminder, don't forget we're open 7 days a week to just come out and hang out. It's totally free. Get all the details on our website for the events I talked about and all our upcoming events at thousandoaksteencenter.com and follow us on Instagram at Thousand Oaks Teen Center.
Thank you, Commissioners. Now we will have Karina Kiefer please introduce item 7B, the Thousand Oaks Library Teen Advisory League, or total item on the agenda.
Hello and good evening, Youth Commission and youth. My name is Karina Kiefer and I'm the librarian for the Thousand Oaks Library. I'm representing the Thousand Oaks Teen Advisory League. So every year, our library does a program called Thousand Oaks Reads One City, One Book. It's a book club for the entire city, and this year we're going to be celebrating the book Rocket Men by Robert Kurson, and it's about the Apollo 8 mission to the moon. So we are going to have a number of programs related to that, speakers, special speakers, things like that. Now for teens, we're going to have some fun events. First, I'd like to mention that Friday, February 15th, you can sign up to learn how to create a model rocket spaceship as a 3D print job for the library through Tinkercad. So if you're ever interested in creating something in 3D environment using an AutoCAD design, come sign up for and make a little 3D rocket ship and learn how to do it with 3D printing. Another thing you can do is we will have a teen trivia afternoon on February 26th, where you can use your out-of-this-world knowledge to try for a chance to win a gift card. Teens grades 6 through 12 can compete, and you can do the trivia by yourself, or you can have a partner to have a chance to win a gift card. In addition to one-time trivia, the library has month-long trivia and word puzzles for teens. Each correctly answered and submitted trivia question gets you a chance to win a gift card. So come to the library, look for our trivia, fill it out, and turn it in, and you could have a chance to win a gift card. In addition to that, books can take you to new worlds. So can virtual reality. So come join us for virtual reality on Fridays, February 8th and 22nd. You can sign up to try the Oculus Rift or the Oculus Go at the library. And this is kind of neat. We have an Oculus program where you can visit the International Space Station and kind of like wander inside. And it's really neat. You can get a little dizzy, but it's very cool. So come by, check that out. And this is all for the Thousand Oaks Reads One City, One Book. We have some other programs as well, but that's specifically for teens. So coming up in March, I just wanted to give everyone a heads up. We are doing practice SAT and ACT tests. We just had an practice SAT test for you, but you can do a practice ACT test on Saturday, March 2nd. Teens can sign up to take a practice exam, get instant feedback through our partner Revolution Prep, and they're going to get instant feedback on their scores and essays as well once they submit them to Revolution Prep. The exam is free, but it requires registering for an account with Revolution Prep so you can turn in your exam for feedback. And to guarantee a spot, you need to register with the Thousand Oaks Library so we can give you all the information for that test. So, and to finalize, I just wanted to let everyone know that the library is where you can find out information. It's a great center for knowledge. We have a database called lynda.com. If you've never heard of this, it's a expert-led video tutorial system where you can watch videos to learn about some advanced skills. For example, you can learn about leadership and management, programming, analytics, video editing, music production, and AutoCAD. So you can go to with your library card, go to tolibrary.org, tolibrary.org. Look for the Linda database, sign in with your library card, and you can access some really fantastic video tutorials. That's actually like university level stuff. So you might want to just take a look at that if you're interested in it. So as always, check out www.tolibrary.org, and thank you for your time. Hope to see you at the library soon. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kiefer. Now, Commissioner Slosher, will you please introduce item 7C, the ASB-ASG portion of our meeting?
Hi, everyone. This is the part of our meeting when the Youth Commission invites representatives from our local high school and middle schoolers to report on recent and upcoming events at their school. Our first person tonight is Ava from Los Cerritos Middle School.
Hi, my name is Ava Basile, and I'm the ASB president at Los Cerritos. So currently, PSST is selling Valentine grams at lunch, and it's going throughout this week and next week. Both PSST and ASB are starting our passion projects, which is basically we create a video presentation where we basically just say what our passion is and kind of explain it. In ASB, we've recently created a shout-out wall in our classroom where we basically can write like a compliment to somebody in our classroom that did something special and stick it on the wall so everybody can see. We also just recently had our first lunchtime sports tournament, which was badminton, and we're going to start planning our next one pretty soon. And then in ASB, our class has organized a play day this Friday where all of our leadership classes, ASB, PSST, and Crew 6, which is the 6th grade leadership, we go outside on the field and we just like teach them games and have fun and kind of make new friendships with them. And then lastly, our choir program had an amazing talent show last Saturday, which was really fun. So thank you.
Thank you, Ava. Our next representatives are Emily and Avery from Sycamore Canyon.
Hi, I'm Avery Tokuyama, the ASB president of Sycamore ASB.
Hi, I'm Emily Kohanik. I'm an 8th grader representing Sycamore ASB as well.
On February 1st, we had a culture in the garden where elementary kids got to experience diverse cultures in our school garden. This month's theme was Taiwan. We had games, performances, and learning stations about Taiwanese culture.
This week was our very first talent week. And what that means, on Monday, we had a visual arts showcase where students were able to submit their art pieces. Today, we had a performing arts showcase where we had singers, dancers, and musical instrument players. And on Friday, we're going to be having a lip sync battle to close up our talent week.
This week, we also have pre-orders for Valentine's Day grams. Basically, we're selling heart-shaped lollipops with a customized message, which will be delivered to classrooms on Valentine's Day.
On the February 22nd, we are having our first ever movie night instead of a dance this trimester. So next week, we are pre-ordering a mission for all of middle school. And at the movie night, we will be selling popcorn, candy, and drinks. We'll be screening Paul Blart Mall Cop for all the kids that want to come watch. And there will be a permission slip they all have to fill out because it is PG. And then during the movie, we'll be having an intermission where students can come out of their gym to get fresh air and play some fun games.
And then on February 27th, we have our annual, not every trimester, teacher luncheon where we recognize our teachers for all their hard work. This time we are getting catered from multiple restaurants. The theme is international cuisine, and the restaurants are giving us a generous discount.
One thing we're also introducing this month is our first ever Tech Free Day, which will be February 20th. So we are encouraging students to put down all of their devices during lunch and nutrition and giving them other alternatives such as open gym, lunchtime activities, and hopefully a soccer game that all students can participate in. And we're going to try to incorporate this every single month if it goes well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Mia Slosher from Kalina Middle School.
Hi, my name is Mia Slosher, and I am a 7th grader from Kalina Middle School. These past few weeks, we have had many fun Cody days, such as wearing red, white, and blue for our ASB elections and wearing Rams and Patriots wear to support the Super Bowl. Next week, we have a Nailed It LTA where students compete to try to copy a Valentine's cookie to the best of their ability. In addition, on February 22nd, we have our first ever Decades Dance. This dance is going to have many fun games, music, and food. For Valentine's Day, ASB is passing out Valentine's grams for students to write to one another. Moreover, Student PTSA is collecting supplies for people who are affected by the fires. They are collecting books, clothes, board games, art supplies, and more. You can donate these things to the box in the Kalina front office. Have a good night. Thank you.
Next, we have Audrey from St. Pascal Baylon.
Hello, my name is Audrey Arce. I attend St. Pascal Baylon School, and I am currently in 8th grade. Here are a few things happening at my school. We have Valentine's Outreach Day is on February 14th. Junior High Hush Pins for Girls is on February 14th. Valentine's class parties are on Valentine's Day, February 14th at 2. President's Day weekend is on February 16th through the 18th. Noon dismissal is on February 15th. The 4th grade are going to the Santa Barbara Missions, and the 8th grade is going to the Museum of Tolerance on February 27th. Thank you.
Next, we have Eddie Nash from Westlake High School.
Hi, everybody. My name is Eddie Nash, and I'm your Westlake High School student ASB representative. We have had an action-packed past month of February and January. Our seniors have been excited to receive college acceptances, and many are starting to tour their potential universities. Westlake's drama class has been preparing long and hard for their upcoming play, We Have Always Lived in the Castle, starting tonight and ending this Saturday, playing from 6 to 9 p.m. Be sure to attend and bring extra cash for entry and snacks. Our seniors are holding a rose sale for people who want to have a rose delivered to any Westlake student. On February 22nd, our one-of-a-kind Advanced Anatomy program will be holding a talent show to show off their talents and what they like to do beyond dissecting cadavers. On Monday, starting on March 4th, a representative from Princeton Review Company will be hosting a SAT/ACT Catalyst meeting where students can learn special tricks and hacks to improve their competitive skills. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I'd like to turn the meeting back over to Vice Chair Laufenberg.
And that concludes our school and liaison reports portion of our meeting. And now back to Chair Nash.
As we come to the close of our meeting, I would like to ask Commissioner McEwen to lead commissioner comments.
At this time, are there any commissioner comments? Yes, Commissioner Martinez.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner. I just want to say that the youth outreach team for the Canal Recreation and Park District is currently accepting new or used bikes for needy teens in the middle schools and high schools in the Canal Valley. Youth outreach works with a lot of the teens who are unable to get around town, whose families lack the transportation to get around town, meaning no cars, or sometimes they have to take a bus or a taxi or whatever means a family's other car. So it's quite difficult for some of the students in our community to get to school. So we, a couple of years ago, we started this program. We've given out over 100 bikes to needy teens, but we're still in need of those young people out there who have to walk long distances or sometimes just struggle to get to school. So if anyone out there who's interested in donating a bike to the outreach program, they can contact me, Pete Martinez, at the Teen Center. We have an office there at the Teen Center. My number at the Teen Center there is 494-5156. Or if they wish to email me, it's lowercase my first name, Pete, P-E-T-E, at crpd.org. We're also looking to see if anybody wants to donate locks of any kind too, working locks. Oh, and by the way, the bikes that we get should be in working order. So sometimes we do get bikes that are broken, so it defeats the purpose. So if you have a bike out there that it works well, maybe some minor adjustments here and there, but it's ready to go, we'll give it a test drive and give it to our needy young people out there who really are in dire help, need help getting around town. You'd be surprised. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Are there any more commissioner comments? Okay, thank you.
Before I adjourn this meeting, I have a few reminders. Just a reminder, if anyone has any extra bottle caps lying around their house, to bring them to any of their meetings, and we would gladly take them off your hands for our project. Also, February 28th is coming up soon, and that is when youth recognition nominations are due. We would love as many people to be nominated for these wonderful awards as possible. So talk to your school counselor, someone you volunteer for, and ask them to nominate you for this award. The therapeutic dance is coming up on March 30th, and we are going to need some volunteers. So if you're interested in volunteering, please email youthcommission@toaks.org. And then March 12th is our city internship fair. So all potential juniors who want a potential internship should come to this fair, check out the businesses, introduce themselves, and yeah. If you would like any information about the Youth Commission or have any questions about the agenda items discussed, please call 805-381-7362 or email youthcommission@toaks.org, or like the Thousand Oaks Youth Commission on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter or Instagram. There being no further business to come before the Commission, the Youth Commission meeting is adjourned until our next regular meeting.